Okay, so we had a heads-up vote today about what to do with the existing Gus Wortham golf course. A unanimous vote of council to proceed with trying to restore Gus Wortham. And I want to be clear, wasn't stated in the vote today necessarily, but council has repeatedly indicated this is about restoring that golf course as a historic golf course and investing in the golf course so that it is a destination golf course. It's not about, well, we want it to continue limping along, losing money as a golf course, which is what happens today. It is also important to note that council members overwhelmingly expressed support for a botanic garden in the city of Houston. And as the person who first broached the idea of Glenbrook as the home for the Botanic Garden to the Botanic Garden Foundation, I hope and trust that now that council has definitively said that they don't want to put the Botanic Garden at the old Gus Wortham site, that they will reconsider and focus on Glenbrook as a viable site for a botanic garden, and we can move ahead. As I stated at the council table, I'll now instruct Mr. Icken to go back to negotiating a contract. We have to have a responsible party. It is not about just allowing Gus Wortham to continue to limp along. It is about investing in Gus Wortham. Houston Golf Association has indicated their willingness to do that, but we have to, as several council members indicated, we're going to have to negotiate a contract with performance goals and bring that back. And I look forward to doing that, but I also look forward to having a botanic garden. Respectfully, the golf lovers, and I was one of those who voted to save the golf course, botanic gardens generate many, many, many times the revenue that a golf course would, and we think Houston should have both.
To what extent with the vote today is it possible that, you know, if HGA is still unable to reach terms with the city, or if they reach terms?
I will put it out, if we can't reach terms with HGA as a nonprofit, we are allowed to negotiate directly with a nonprofit, I will put it out on a request for proposal basis. Only Gus Wortham. Council clearly, when I broached this to them as our mayor's report last week, had no appetite for rolling in all of our golf courses all at once. We want to find an operator and develop a relationship with them.
But there is no circumstance with this vote in which the garden could wind up at Wortham in the event of a default? Or,
no.
Yeah.
We wanted to clearly say to the garden, and that was holding back the garden as well, because Gus Wortham is a superior site for the garden to Glenbrook, not because of the terrain, and because I actually think the Glenbrook terrain is better for the garden, but because of its proximity to downtown and to the rail. But because of their focus, both the golf interests and the garden interests on Gus Wortham, it was inhibiting both. We just needed to have a definitive vote so that people could move on.
Are you concerned that the garden will not ultimately move forward at Glenbrook?
No, I actually hope that the garden does move forward at Glenbrook. It would be a real shame if the Botanic Garden decided to move outside the city of Houston or move to some other site. Now, I have, over the last few years, sat down with Jeff Ross and other representatives of the Botanic Garden Foundation and talked about a number of sites, both city sites, county sites, sites that might be for sale. They are, in my view, committed to having a botanic garden. It would be the Houston Botanic Garden, and I think they're going to proceed with that. But it has to work with their fundraising. You have to be able to get people excited about your site. I think that Glenbrook would be a great site, but I understand why they preferred Gus Wortham. Anything else?